want to lead with tonight? We never had to actually have this conversation before. What we lead with?
Well, you know, I mean, when we were talking earlier, I said the horns would be a good lead in because he was talking about Mr. Thomas from
Mr. Tumnus and his bumness.
His fucking name is Tumnus.
His fucking name,
and he somehow survives like 4 wars.
No,
like,
wait, is it actually?
It's Tumnus.
Yeah, Tumnus.
Surely not.
It's fucking Tumnus.
Wait, what were you
He
saying?
said Thomas.
I thought it was Mr. Thomas here. Like he's a normal.
Okay, hang on. With that, we're going into the pod. Hello,
All right,
to
welcome to another edition where my mind is blown by some.
So wait, you
crazy
thought that? Wait, what? First off,
Chronicles of
before,
Narnia.
Wait. We have a real
I've
bit.
seen
We have a
this
real bit
movie.
now.
I need to
Hang on.
Google this just to like
For
It's
reference.
Tumnus. You're correct.
You're probably right.
I read the books.
I just assumed he was like supposed to be like a British
No, it's Mr.
goat
Tumnus.
or some shit. I don't know.
T-U-M-N-U-S.
T-U-M.
Yeah.
Mr.
That's
Tumnus.
literally the exact spelling of it.
I
too.
read the books. I literally.
I have not.
I
read
will
the
not
books.
go walk out of the room while we're recording to go get the 7 books and one bound thing, but I literally do own
So
this. I owned it since I was 10.
how is D&D the New Testament?
Right.
I never read the whole series.
How is
I've never
Bible
felt stronger
study
through
in book
Christ in
form?
my life.
Yo,
I can get through World War One, and
Bro.
I can get through.
Bro,
Yeah, as long as you have
World War
Turkish
II
delights,
with
you can
Jesus.
ride
I
out the storm
fucking-
of war.
Imagine
Real
my...
talk, Turkish delights are trash. Also, what episode number do you guys think it is?
I think it
This
is
has
26.
to be 24.
26.
What?
Ah.
Congratulations, we hit half a year.
Yo,
6 months.
I'll tell you the only
Wow.
reason I know it is because last time you said it was my age. And I was like,
shit.
look at you.
Look at you.
the memory. I may not
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah, but you
what
can't
happened
remember
last
Mr.
week.
Tumnus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I didn't know
yeah.
the name of a fictional goat
You-
in a strange
Yes.
Christian
Imagine
reenactment.
how shocked to the core I was when I found out one of my favorite books and movies as a child was just a fucking allegory for Christ.
Bro, when I first watched that
Yeah.
movie, I was like, yo, this is like Lord of the Rings.
That was
And then
my
I read up on it and I'm like,
indoctrination to
yo, it's totally
Dude,
not.
I was like,
All right, story time. Yay.
Yeah.
You guys have seen the actual Hollywood movies, I assume.
I've only seen
have
the
you
one.
seen the-
I've only seen the
Have
one.
you seen the animated version of that movie from like the 80s?
No.
Okay, so when I was 8 and in 2nd grade and went to a Catholic school for all of 1 year,
7 years ago.
22 years ago. Okay,
Our
roughly 22 years ago.
forefathers.
Okay, that's 2000.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
make
old.
it sound like it's old.
Right,
Like-
I mean it was 2000, but
That's
we
21
watched
years ago,
it
my son.
at the Catholic school as like, oh, we're having a movie day. We're
2
watching The Lion, the
decades.
Witch, and the Wardrobe. I was like, oh, that sounds tight. That seemed cool, and I heard it was a fantasy thing, so I was like about it. And then I heard it was the allegory for Jesus immediately following the movie when they wanted to talk about it, and I was like, damn,
They
this
got
is
you.
bumming me out.
They got
right.
you,
It,
dude.
it bummed me the fuck out
at
even
8
back then.
because I was like,
Yep.
this was cool, and now you made it not cool.
I
for me.
don't-
That battle scene as a kid, that end.
Oh my god.
and then you're
bro.
like, holy shit, they got the fucking cheat code. They just get that purple
Now,
drink
quick-
out and
bro,
everybody like
Quick
pops
caveat
up.
warning: Jesus is a cool dude, but I don't want to go so far as making him an Aslan.
Bro, like I think my entire
Lions
elementary
didn't
school
need that movie.
like went to go like we had a fucking like field trip to go see that.
Yeah, I'm
movie.
pretty sure we did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You mean the one in the theaters?
Yeah, like the
Oh,
live
lucky you
action
guys.
one.
Yeah, that's cool. I was watching them in theaters too.
Nah,
But I was like
you
going
know
on
how
like a weekend.
concerning that is. Like,
Oh, hey, you got to get your Christofascism
Yeah.
early.
I would
While they're
I
young.
Would, no. Hear me out. Because
Get the roots in deep.
This is public school, right?
yeah.
So
I mean,
I wouldn't
I
take it
was
that far.
originally
I would
going to
take it
Catholic
as
school.
I would take it as playing the field for an appropriate field trip that is way more fun than like your typical one. So if you're
I mean,
gonna
I
go
was-
see a movie
I
with a
enjoyed
field
it.
trip, if you can only get so many things approved, right? Like there's no shot you're gonna go see like The Last Airbender in 2010. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're never gonna let you
Texas
see that.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, obviously escalating the idea beyond the point of reason,
Yeah.
but yes, that's the point. Like you
Yeah.
have to battle with what you are available, and from the very right-leaning area we live in,
yeah.
and especially at the times we're talking about too, where it was even more right-leaning than now, I'd say.
Yeah.
So like, I think it would be harder to pitch something other than maybe The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
That's fair.
So it's not about indoctrination. It's at that point, I think at certain things it is like a literal religious school,
Well, I mean, like,
which is what happened to me. But like for that experience, did they like they're like, oh, this is about Jesus?
Well, like, if
Did the
it-
teachers preach that to you?
I mean, if an entire school is taking like a field trip for this, and like, I imagine, like, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
okay,
no,
so
no,
this
you're
has just
probably-
made me
I-
think.
Yeah.
This made me think about how. Do you guys remember when the Passion of the Christ came out?
Yes.
Like that like
Yeah,
it was the
Yes.
Mel Gibson like
Yes.
super brutal
Oh, we all know what it
Christian
is.
movie.
Very
Yeah.
long after he called that woman sugar tits that was a police officer. So yes, I remember the downfall of Mel Gibson that
Oh
after
my
too.
God.
But go on.
But like, so that's what I'm like. I feel like that
Passion.
was way more crazy religious than like I get the
Oh,
Narnia
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
only really thought about it after the
Yeah,
fact.
no, I don't.
So
It took me
ruined
years.
my enjoyment for
Okay.
me a little
So,
bit, but I still enjoyed the first
I
movie,
got
and I
I
wanted
got
to see
go
a
Will
second one.
Stoley boys about Christianity.
All
real
right,
quick,
let's hear it.
not to
dude.
slander any religions because
I'm slandering your religion.
I mean, yeah,
Every
you
time I talk, I'm not saying which one.
You're
but
allowed
I'm
to.
slandering it.
You're allowed to. I can't. I'm too white passing to
That's
keep
fair.
slandering
That's
every religion,
fair.
or also just be called right wing. I don't want to do that.
That's fair.
Why?
See, that's why you just hate on the Catholics because it's
Right.
really the Mormons, all the Protestants, all the easy ones.
Bro, Mormonism is a fraud.
So all the white ones.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that is the most
Let's
fraudulent.
not turn this into the let's bash all the sects of Christianity podcast. Okay.
But, like,
Let's say that for an
gold
actual planned
tablets.
episode. We'll save it for an episode, a whole one.
Okay.
Mormons
Sometimes
deserve their
you
own
just
special
need
slice
more.
of
Yeah,
what
that's
child
fair,
hell,
that's
you
fair,
know?
that's
If
fair.
they're gonna get it from us, they need to get it good.
You know what? I feel like that's beating a dead horse, anyways.
Yeah, South Park did it twice.
Yeah, true, twice.
Yeah, the musical thereafter.
Oh,
The
I
Mormon.
feel like
It's
Yeah,
the
not
Book of
though
Mormon.
because they're still so like involved. Like go to Utah and
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm
yeah,
good,
the whole
bro.
state's run by them.
I'm good,
Yeah.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm good, bro.
I'll go to the state parks. That's about it.
Okay, so in college,
Yeah.
when I was trying to be born again-ish Christian or whatever you want to call it.
Really, you had a born again phase?
Okay, so here's a fun story arc for me. When I was having a mental health crisis and then being met with "You need to go to God,"
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
classic,
yeah, that's
especially here in
always-
Missouri.
that's always-
I,
the answer, bro.
hey, listen, to each their own. And at certain points in time,
It
when I
does
was
help some
not,
people.
I can
yeah,
understand.
I was also
I can
not
definitely
drinking or
understand the
smoking
comfort.
anything at the time. I was not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I was very much, and I was mostly the community of being around college students who are just very passionate about it.
Right,
And that was something that was very interesting.
That would be
It was
helpful
not-
for sure.
It was not interesting in the way of like I'm being told this by my grandmother, but if I have to go to church once a week when I live there, then I would rather go with a bunch of college kids who are like super cool about it and like we're gonna have a donut party. Now let's talk about God a little and let's rap. Also, here's the priest occasionally. And he'll talk to you and answer your questions if you have any direct ones.
Yeah.
Like it's like a little bit more down low, you know. So it's chill. It's
I get
compared
that.
to the actual
I
high strung
get
environment.
that,
So
yeah.
when I was being forced to for ruling of living space, Lebensraum.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding. But for real, when I was
what?
pointed,
What?
I was told I had to go to church.
Oh, wait,
to
I'm
be
sorry, I
away
feel like I missed something huge here with how hard he was cringing.
Okay, so living space, right?
Yeah.
Is like it's like a direct translation of Lebensraum, which is one of the Hitler things that he used, like a tenet of living, like their
Yeah,
ode land.
It was one
The
of the
Germanic
things he
ode
used.
lands. Yeah, it's a
for
bad
his
joke.
justification for his
That's for
invasion
you,
of
the audience.
Czechoslovakia.
There's your Nazi
19
joke of the day, baby.
Yeah.
Dur's got that. I'm
Yeah.
so proud.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I only because
Oh.
I have been reading a lot of like World War
You
II
read
history
a lot
books.
about
Okay,
your
let's talk.
favorite
Let's talk about what you've been reading about.
Yeah.
I've been
Benito?
reading the David Glantz novels
Adolf?
on the Russian campaigns against the Nazis in
Respectable.
like. So it
Okay,
goes. It runs
okay.
from like Stalingrad all the way up until like Berlin.
You
so.
know what, brother? Let's give a quick salute actually to the passing
Oh
of Mikhail
shit! This,
Gorbachev.
yeah.
honestly,
Oh, yeah,
like,
Mikhail
RIP,
Gorbachev.
RIP, bro.
The wall came down one last time, baby.
Orchestrator of like millions of human trafficking all across the Soviet Union, or sorry, Russia.
Murder.
Yeah.
Just
Execution.
absolutely ruined,
Yeah.
like many other Soviet leaders are doing to this day. Shout out Vladimir Putin.
Yeah. What a fucking guy.
Yeah. Bad people.
Yeah. Guy alert.
God,
Just a guy.
That
just
is.
Just a guy.
He's certainly a man.
Yep.
Yeah, when people say
exists.
men are trash, like you
True.
know.
Right? Yeah. That's
So during the born
they're
again
only
Christian
talking
phase,
about
let's talk
Putin.
about men being trash. So during the born again Christian phase,
Yeah.
right? When the movie God's Not Dead came out,
Mhm.
you guys remember that one? Coming
Oh
out?
yeah,
Did you
that's
guys-
the funniest shit of my life.
I never saw it.
I didn't either.
Okay.
The trailers.
This
enough.
was when I was
Okay.
actually starting to get away from everything
Yeah.
again. And I was starting to detransition and being like, maybe no religion's right for me. Maybe I just need to tell my grandmother that boundaries are acceptable and I'm not going to go to church.
Yeah.
Which is what ended up happening. But along the way there, when this movie was coming out, I had a friend in that group of people who was just like, this is going to be the next Passion of the Christ, man. Every Christian's going to be going to movie theaters who's
no.
talking about it. And I was just like, I don't know about that, man.
I
I don't. I mean, the passion was crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of why it was such a phenomenon.
Well, it got to be like that's why I mentioned it because I remember people like saying like their whole church was going together.
It's also the second
like-
most metal story in the Bible.
like
Yeah,
dead ass
yeah.
people.
most metal
people
one
were
is,
buying out
Revelations.
entire
Okay.
theaters for their church to go to Passion of the Christ.
That's true.
And people were seeing it like 6 times.
My grandma wanted me to see it, and I was
Jeez,
like, "No, thank
bro.
you. I don't need to see
And
the
I'm
graphic
like-
That's like when
violence."
the
I'm like-
first of the new trilogy came out.
Have you guys ever actually watched the movie?
No.
I think I saw it it at some point,
I
but
watched
I don't
it during
really
the morning
remember.
in Face in like a viewing thing,
Yeah.
and they had someone who like was part of like it wasn't the director, but it was someone who like did producing on it or whatever.
Yeah.
They were like touring around Lindenwood or whatever it was.
Mm.
Shout out to the local area we live in once again.
Yeah, right, docs.
Docs.
Yeah, we had to work being. Anyways.
Find me in the
Yeah,
bean
dude.
aisle.
But no, I definitely had that weird phase, and that's why I don't try to hate on things so openly. Honestly,
That's fair.
it's just a respect thing
That's
of
fair.
like, hey, people are gonna have their beliefs, and at one point in time, I also held silly beliefs.
Yeah.
So who am I to judge? Also, the concept of a higher power is so large and existential that why are we trying to even fathom what it really is?
True.
Who are we?
My perspective on it is like people disrespect what my beliefs are on a constant daily basis by trying to force me into following their bullshit.
True.
So when I give them some like just playful ribbing about their silly things in their holy books and crap that I've just read,
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad about it in any direction because I mean, you can come at me, but you just can hit me for my lack of religion, but I'm like, I'm just like, I want to be just left alone on the subject of religion entirely.
That's fair.
I'll participate
Respect.
in your stuff
That's
out of
fair.
respect for your religion. If I come to your church, I'm not expecting to do nothing. I will practice your religion, do whatever to be respectful. But if I'm just, in my own space, I get attacked by Christianity or, I will say Christianity is the main one. Other than that, all the other religions pretty much leave me alone. So I respect
by
Islam and a lot of other-
anymore.
Yeah.
That's
like
what I'm
America
saying.
for the last 20 years.
Like-
It's been trying to infect your brain.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody from
telling me
Islam,
that
nobody
if
from
you look at
Islam has
porn,
ever
you're not
tried to
afraid?
bother me
Yeah,
to
true,
convert.
True, true.
I'm scared shitless right now.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Harold and Kumar where he's just on the plane and everybody's like,
That was fucked up.
dude, that's
That's a good bit,
But-
the
though.
truth though.
But that's the thing is like Christians.
Written by a brown
Christians in
man,
this
that's
country are
why.
nuts.
I got pulled out of so many
You think a white
lines
man wrote that
as
joke?
a child.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Man,
That's what I'm saying. Let's talk about that because we talked about the airport a couple episodes ago.
the
Yeah.
Islamophobia crisis of America
Yeah.
for the last
Oh,
20 years.
man.
Because how much bullshit you probably have to deal with at the airport.
Oh, TSA doesn't do anything.
Oh, absolutely.
You
No,
can
they've
s-
literally
you can sneak literally anything you really want.
they test themselves and they fail.
Yeah.
They get knives and shit through all the time, and it's like, all right, well then why do we have to do all this horse shit if you're not even able to catch yourselves? Like half the time they're like,
Damn,
Well,
that's
I mean-
insightful.
Right?
I mean, you don't want to
Yours is
open.
on the existentialism.
You-
today.
I'm on some
You-
heavy shit because it's like it's all just 9/11
you-
panic at
you-
this
you-
point.
You don't want to like open the
Are you
floodgates,
feeling
know
like
what I
it's
mean?
coming up in a little bit that you're just kind of worried about the 20th anniversary or 21st anniversary? That now 9/11 can drink beer. And
Yeah,
You're worried about its safety on the road.
those babies can get drunk today.
Not yet. Not yet. I mean, legally. Not
I
yet.
mean,
I mean,
definitely
shit.
can't-
Yeah.
They probably, dude.
They-
Imagine
they're
being a
probably
9/11 baby who's like, I'm turning 21. And everyone's like, you're a piece of shit.
Yo,
Would you hate on someone if you saw them out like at a bar? If you were on a
No.
would you, they're like,
No.
it's my birthday. And you're like out on
No.
9/11.
What?
Dude, God,
I mean,
no.
like,
Would you be mad at them for celebrating on 9/11?
no.
Me either. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah.
Don't be so reactionary.
Sorry,
at me.
I was just. I'm aghast that you would think
I'm
I
impressed
would
you're this,
care.
you're this upset about it.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I
No,
feel like 9/11 is one of those things that's like.
that's kind of lost. It's
Like I was alive and I remember being alive for it. Like, do you remember being alive for
Yeah.
it?
got to
Oh, yeah,
play.
I remember.
We, like class was
I remember
canceled,
going to
dude.
school that day.
Yeah, I remember going to school and like I remember like
After
oh
it was 8 a.m., my mom and I were watching TV, and she's like, "All right, we gotta be at school at 9." And I'm like, "All right."
So
oh my god.
My mom's a teacher too.
Oh,
So no, hear me out.
shit,
We're
bro.
watching it like 7:45, 8 a.m. on the TV, and I'm just like, "That's crazy." I'm not really processing everything. My mom's like, "This is scary." And then she's a teacher at the same school I'm going to, so we had to get in before like then. So she's like, "We'll get there at 8:30 this
oh
morning."
my god, she's like,
We
all
live-
right, school stops
We live
for no one.
all of a minute or two away from where she works,
Mhm.
so it's not really a problem
You're right,
getting there. Really, realistically, like it unironically, like she lives very close.
Mhm.
And I don't think it would have been an issue to get there any later. I think it's just that kind of thing. But then I remember people being like, "We watched it on TV in school, or we talked about it." I'm like, "We did not talk about it other than like this attack did happen."
Yeah.
So I was too young for the talking, but I was pulled
It
out of
was an
school.
announcement over the intercom.
I was pulled out of school because my aunt was taking me to the aquarium. So we were gonna go to the aquarium, and then like right before we were
that
about
sucks,
to leave,
man.
she's like, "I guess we should still go." So I'm pretty sure I went to the aquarium on 9/11, like after the fact,
mean-
because she was just like, "Well, I have the day off. Like,
What
we're
are you
just sitting
gonna
here
do,
at
I
home."
guess?
What
Like,
the fuck? You went to the aquarium still?
I
Well,
think
I mean,
so.
he was a
Yeah.
child.
I
I mean, yeah, I was. I mean, I don't. What?
You're just like,
I
"All
don't know
right,
how-
fish man."
I mean, yeah, I
We
wasn't
were-
the one making the unilateral
bro.
decisions on my day
We
at
were
that
like
point.
in
All right,
kindergarten.
that's it. We're gonna have to put Ruru on the back burner as the next guest. We're gonna get your aunt on to talk about that.
Well,
day.
hey, if we're gonna do my aunt on, we're gonna have to go to Belize because she just moved down there. Which I did
The
just
boys
get my
travel to
passport.
Belize?
Yeah, dude.
We could go down there. They have a rooftop that would be
content, bonus
great
content?
for a podcast episode. They have a rooftop overlooking the beach.
Huh.
It's like tiled. It's real nice.
Yeah.
Maybe an audio only in that situation.
Oh yeah, just like
I don't know how we get Computer Man down there to record.
Nice, just bringing a couple of these laptops that definitely work. Viewers at home.
Yeah, turned on and being.
All right, here's a fun story. So the reason why it took us so long to get up and running because we bought the gear probably like 2 months, maybe even
Bro,
more.
time is
before.
an imaginary construct. I can't even think of how long that's been.
Oh yeah, well,
I tried with both of these laptops to run the camera off of it and do all this, and it doesn't work.
Really?
No,
Yeah, the camera stutters.
What's your specs on this laptop? Because I feel like I've had a pretty decent laptop that'd be able to do that at least.
I don't know. It's a 7th Gen i5. It looks like.
You
I got
remember
it
how
for
much
free.
you paid for? Oh, okay.
And that was
that's
Parm's
usually how
old one
guess.
that I fixed.
yeah.
Okay.
After he
that's
literally had the case busted open, I screwed it back together for him.
all reliable, dude. I fell
Just so
asleep
you
on
know,
this
the
thing.
USB port on the right side still doesn't work.
Hey, it's fine. It's there for the aesthetic.
Well, I used to play GTA 5 online on my old laptop, but that was the one I bought for like school, and it was like a Razer or something or other, and had like a 970M or in it. So
I mean, it might
actually
be
could
able to
run
work,
decent.
and it might be.
But it would get hotter than any ever living fuck.
It's
I
fine,
mean,
dude. We'll
like
play-
you needed a whole wind pad and everything.
We'll figure it out.
That's fine.
In
That's
due
that's,
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's go back to 9/11.
Yeah, let's not talk about future episodes. Let's talk about 9/11.
Yeah, let's talk about 9/11. You know, it's
Right
coming up.
Yeah, the 21st anniversary.
No, I remember
Baby
when I
boy
was
can
in school,
drink.
like I just remember we were playing and then they're like, "Hey, just keep playing, kids," because we were like in kindergarten.
Yeah, dude.
And some people whipped out their fucking like Nintendos,
Well,
their Game Boy Colors.
I do want to just mention, so like I feel like we also got like a secondary reaction to it because like then when I was older was like right when like YouTube and like all this other crazy shit and people would
the
post
conspiracy
like
theories.
the most fucked up like videos of it and like people like that
Oh,
were
are you
like
talking
jumping
like memes or?
well like
Oh.
some memes but then like you
I
remember
have
like
no idea
early
what's going
internet
on
I feel
anymore.
like you would just get random like fucked up videos being shown to you like that like and I feel like that's how I first like was
Back
like
in the
what
day,
is that
Facebook
and
used to be fucking crazy.
yeah.
I mean,
there
it's
used to be,
still
like,
pretty
beat-
crazy.
No, no,
that's
there
what I'm
used to be,
talking about. Like I
beat
think I
beheadings on
heard about it
Facebook
again
years
then.
ago.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Because like we would hear about it in school, but I think that's the first time I actually like saw a video and like news reactions to it and like kind of
Huh.
read more into it at that point. Because I was like,
Wait,
what the
wait.
fuck are people like? What is this?
Where do you guys land? 9/11 inside job?
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, 100% an
Uh,
inside job.
No, I'm gonna say not.
Depends
an
on what
job.
inside you're talking about.
I think what you're saying is that there was relative known information, which I'll agree with. That like
they let
could
it
have-
happen.
I mean, they probably had threats that they know
Yeah,
about.
they
It was
probably
threats
they probably
like-
didn't take the threats they knew that they had as seriously as they should have. I think that's more where I'm leaning with it, but I'm not trying to be like, yo, what the government. knew
I have
about
watched
jet
some of the
fuel can't melt dank memes,
Puts
brother.
on tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
They definitely did it.
All right, let's move the fuck along from that. Let's get
Right.
back to television, boys.
Television.
Media, things we talk about regularly.
Okay,
here.
okay.
What have you been watching other than Hot D? We'll talk about that
fuck,
first,
bro.
actually.
What have I
The
been watching?
Sopranos.
Oh,
Still watching the Weed Pranos?
Yeah.
Proud of
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So I did finally. I got to the Pine Barren episode.
I wish I could eat food like
Tony's-
Gandolfini.
Bro, I need to
portrayed
find
eating
me an
food.
Italian.
Oh.
Like
woman.
how he enjoyed eating the
Yeah.
food while he was re-recorded and filmed. Like
yeah,
I wish I could enjoy food that authentically, and he's acting.
yeah.
No, it just makes me really want to marry an Italian woman because then I want all the food that the other eating the whole
That's
time.
the gabagool.
It's the manicotti and the
Yeah.
prosciutto.
So you got to Pine Barrens, bro.
Yeah,
Best
so-
episode.
It's pretty fucking. I mean, I thought he was gonna. Well, I guess it's not a spoiler.
fucking-
10 years
it's been
ago.
It's
20
fucking
years.
I thought he was gonna shoot Paulie right in the face when they were out in the middle of nowhere.
You thought he was.
And
He
I, and
did.
I and I
Thought
only
he
haven't
was.
seen very far after. I've only watched like one other episode past that, but
It's just so
Respect.
fucking funny them getting
Well, you probably
trapped.
hit one of those barricades in the show where once you get over that, you're like, that felt so good, and then you don't know if it'll ever feel as good again. So
Do
you want to keep
you-
watching, but you don't know if you're really going to right away.
right. And I'm curious.
little
I'm kind of
break.
scared for how that's
Do
gonna
you
end because I know they're gonna get in
find-
trouble.
Do you find more of the episodes like comedic or not? Or like, what did you think of Pine Barrens? Did you think that was like funnier or like more serious?
It's hard to say because I'm like,
Because
for
I have
me,
a
it's
theory about
tense.
this.
For me, it's more tense
a
because I'm like,
theory?
Yeah.
the whole time I'm thinking is like,
Well, not
I
really
saw
a theory.
I saw the dude get shot in the head, and
Yeah.
they're like questioning it still the whole time, and I'm like, so I'm pretty sure he's dead somewhere, but like, the car is gone,
Yeah.
and when the
True.
car is gone, I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what the fuck's going on
Oh,
now.
okay, yeah,
Huh.
storylines.
So
So I feel like the first time you watch The Sopranos, you're just so invested in the characters, like you're gonna like take everything pretty like.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, but like on the second rewatch or like third, shit's just so funny to me now. Them being so fucking Italian. Like,
I do. It gets me whenever
After we get off,
they say like one off comment and then
Yeah.
it just immediately resorts to physical violence
Yeah.
and like beating each. I mean, it doesn't matter who it
Absolutely.
is, and that's like not even just like it doesn't seem like it's just like a mob thing. They make
Yeah.
it seem like it's an Italian thing.
Oh,
I
Like,
got
yeah.
I
Like-
got something very Italian for you boys in a little bit here, but let's stay on TV. I promise.
okay.
All right. Anything for you? that you've been
Anything from
watching?
me, bro?
I got my
besides
one little
Hot
show that I've been watching.
D, bro.
That's not Hot D, and we'll talk about Hot D.
I mean,
Okay.
I've been watching my seasonal anime so far.
What you
know?
got?
I got
Devil's Part-Timer.
Devil's Part-Timer.
Is it going good? I still haven't seen any of
I'm
season 2.
super up and down on it, bro. Like it's like some episodes kind of suck. Some
Stop
episodes are
talking
pretty
about it now.
good.
Stop it.
All
Stop
right,
it.
all right,
I want
sorry.
it. I want it no more.
But the good episodes are great.
Okay, we'll get there then.
Like
I mean, that's kind of how I felt about season 1.
the
honestly.
the peaks and valleys.
Yeah, that's
are
how I felt about
crazy.
season 1 also. The
Yeah.
lulls are very boring, but when things get hype in season 1, it was great.
Yeah.
So it probably feels the same way, which is just fine.
And then
Fuck you. No, we each get one.
each get one.
We each get one. We have to take one Hot D.
All right.
Bitch. I have been watching the Tekken anime series on Netflix.
Oh, I watched that too.
Tekken Bloodlines.
That
So-
was pretty good.
So right before I started watching it, because I knew it was coming out, I saw a video called "The Insane Lore of Tekken" on YouTube, and I was like,
was all that correct? Like with the
Yes.
games? Oh,
yeah, it's
shit.
actually mostly just Tekken 3.
Okay.
Like most of what you're seeing in Bloodlines, from what I understand, is just Tekken 3. Because
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
at the end he beats Ogre. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then Heihachi finds him, whatever, blah blah blah. Who cares? I watched a whole video that's like 2 hours long that gives you the story of all 7,
Oh shit.
and it just fucked my
Well, yeah,
brain.
no, the story's insane for Tekken, bro. Like,
Well, have you ever sat there and wondered yourself like about a game you played and you're like, damn, I don't know what the story is? Tekken was that for me. I never paid attention to what the story was. I just
Well-
played the game. Or like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter and things like that. So when I saw this lore on Tekken video, because I knew there was like
what's the Smash Bros lore?
statue people become
How did the
game
punching
people.
bag come to be?
the lore in Smash didn't like start becoming a thing until like the newest iterations.
Wait,
last
there's
two.
actually lore in
because there was
Smash now?
Taboo and Brawl was the first thing, and
Yeah.
then there was the story.
Oh
of
yeah, there's stories and all.
Thor.
along.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
haven't
whatever.
actually played
Let's
any
not
of the
go
games.
there.
I'm just
Let's not go there. It's a whole thing.
Um,
But Tekken has a crazy lore. So the Tekken Bloodline show, pretty good actual like. If there's a story beat to tell and start off, the Jin Kazama storyline's a pretty good one
yeah.
because he's kind of the actual protagonist of the series.
Yeah, because his father and grandfather are evil
Kaz-
pieces
no,
of shit.
no, Kazuya and Heihachi were like Jin wasn't around till Tekken 3,
Yeah.
so Kazuya and Heihachi have been around longer and were like Kazuya was the lead in 1 and Heihachi was the lead in 2.
Yeah.
Like you played as either side down the road,
Yeah.
which is kind of neat actually because they're both shitty people.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
Yeah.
One's just kind of worse than the other.
That's why, like, I imagine if you're gonna start the TV show, you're gonna start it with like
6 episodes. Watch it. It's good.
It's
I've
good.
only done 3, but I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, what's
tonight,
it on?
probably.
Oh, what is it on?
Netflix.
it's a Chinese anime too, and I
Is
feel
it?
like Chinese animes have been.
It has some of that CG look to it also, and you kind of
It
don't even
looks
notice after a certain
nice.
point. Yeah, it's fine.
like
you get
I feel like Chinese anime overall have just been looking
manhwa.
fucking nice.
Yeah, King's Avatar. Watch that on Netflix.
Well, they
Yeah.
got
on,
to because they
YouTube.
censor every other
I mean,
animator.
that's
so
fair.
they gotta
but,
make
like,
better
when you're
content
making
for
when you're
Made
themselves.
making
for China,
shit,
not
it's
China made.
Yeah,
China
right.
number 1.
good. Oh man, yeah, that shit's
King's
good.
Avatar is actually a really good one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hot D. What'd you guys think of episode 2?
It's fine, just talking.
It was mostly talking. However, we had a few cool moments.
So I'm confused. So I don't remember perfectly the lore from everything because they mentioned so many different Targaryens throughout the like normal series.
The girl Targaryens.
I remember there being a Targaryen that was like weak Targaryens. If you sit on the throne and you're a weak king, the throne will cut you.
Yeah, and that happened to her dad.
Yes.
And that's happening to him and it's getting infected. But I remember that happening to a specific king. So now I'm thinking like, have we heard this guy's story
No,
Yes,
before?
it's-
well,
But like I thought we heard it
Did
in
you watch the preview at the very end of the episode for the next one?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. So first off, I want to address that there was a time skip between episode 1 and 2 of 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
That really threw me for a loop. I didn't
Right.
like that.
So I didn't watch the preview between episode 1 and episode 2, but I did happen to sit long enough through the credits when I was talking to Sam about something else to see the preview come on. And I can tell you right now, based on the preview, like I know what's happening now, and it makes a lot more sense to me, like what you're asking. If you'd like me to explain it to you, I can.
So in the book, this is just something my cousin told me that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra is like 7 while all this is taking place.
Wild.
Right. I looked it up because I was curious. That actress is 22.
She's playing a 15-year-old.
Right.
I mean, that's like, isn't that most like
But after,
teenage act?
hang on.
Well, if they're
However,
in like a high school,
after
Yeah.
the next
she
episode,
could, I feel like if she's the heir,
the
she's
next
almost
episode
of
is
age.
going to make a lot more sense because I believe there's going to be another time skip here.
Okay.
Right. I feel like they're gonna time skip to when she's almost.
Not
Ready.
too much longer, but some other. Okay, so I'm just going to be real with you guys. The king you're thinking about is another king's father, right? So it's
Mhm.
Rhaenyra's father. So one Mad King, Aegon Targaryen,
Yeah.
is Rhaenyra's brother that is going to be born from Lady Hightower in the next episode, which is in the
Oh.
preview. They show Aegon.
Oh,
They talk
okay.
about how
So
that
not
Aegon's
makes
spoiler,
father-
sense.
not
So
spoiler.
that's who you're thinking of.
So the
Aegon's father, the Mad King's father, is the one who got cut.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which is who
so.
you're referencing. Which you are
Right.
literally watching right now.
Gotcha. Okay, that's that.
That's
See
sick.
that.
You're
Thank you
watching-
for that
that's
because
sick.
I
So
didn't.
now
Oh,
what you're
yeah.
going to have happen in the next
Oh.
episode
I
is a
didn't make
small
that
time skip
connection,
where
yeah.
I guess you're going to have a time skip where it's going to be.
But how wild is it that he just married her best friend and that she's just a snake bitch like that?
I mean,
she was kind of. It seems she's more dutiful to her father. In a way.
it's
but she's sweet.
yeah. I was gonna say
She was nice up until the point where she was like,
Well,
"Oh,
it
I'm
feels like okay. So,
I feel guilty about it," and then she was just like went
have-
along with it. I don't know.
right. That's why I have a hard point.
Well,
I
what-
have a
I-
time with it
listen,
because
And
I
she
don't know
didn't
what
tell her about
motives
it.
were.
If she just said like, "There's nothing I can do," like your father wants to marry me, like I feel like that'd have made it way easier.
Well, no,
Well,
you're talking about with Rhaenyra and her relationship.
Yeah.
Wait,
I feel like
wait.
it's so rude of her to be like, obviously, like who
I
wouldn't
don't-
want to marry the king and
I
become
don't
a
think
queen?
the
but-
king. I don't think the king told her either. I think he
No,
just
No,
announced
he
it.
definitely didn't. Which is like why, like, but how
Yeah.
Her
you're her
impression-
friend.
Her impression
know?
at the moment of reveal was that he was going to choose
The
Valerian.
7-year-old. Yeah. Or the 12-year-old. Sorry,
Right,
12.
12.
She's 12.
Right.
Which is
Something.
also kind of weird
here's-
because that's what everybody
here's my
actually wanted
thing.
in the room.
So
Yeah.
as the episode begins, you think she's just being told what to do.
Well, I mean, I
And then
kind
she
of
fixes
figured
the
he'd
dragon.
pick her the
But then
whole
she
time.
fixes the dragon for him.
Yeah.
So you think there's this moment. I felt it was like very sincere.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like maybe they actually this would be nice.
Right. I was like,
actually.
she's trying to be nice,
And
but
then
not
he
be
selects
weird.
her, but then before the selection, there's that scene where he's like, do what you need to do. Like see her. And it's her dad, like once again, and she's like kind of begrudging. So I can't tell whether she actually is as sincere as she appears to be in those moments.
No, I still think it's her dad,
mean,
but
well,
like I said,
I'm saying,
I think
agree.
I
she's
would have more
conflicted.
compassion
Yeah.
for her
'Cause,
if
like,
she was
she's
told her
picking
that.
at her
you know?
nails to
She's the
point
most
of, like,
interesting character
bleeding.
in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now she's got the most intrigue. I would just say I feel like I would feel some compassion for her if she had told her friend. Like be like, hey, my
Oh,
dad's
absolutely.
forcing me into this marriage,
Yeah.
like yada yada.
That would be
like,
way better.
Well,
because it would have
I
still
mean-
happened anyway. Like it's not like she.
I don't think it would have happened anyway. I mean, like, yeah, she was putting the moves on her dad, but it didn't feel like she could have like.
No,
tried
he
to
just
bet
decided
him.
out of the blue. He's like, my only option otherwise is this other girl that I don't
Yeah.
want. So he's like, I'm gonna find my only way out. And at the time,
Okay.
she had been in the only way. So like, I feel like she just needs to say that because they were already at an understanding where she needs another marriage, you know,
Okay.
or the king needs to get married.
Yeah, man.
That's fair.
That do be fair. Hot D was an episode. The rest of the preview I won't spoil for you guys.
That's
But
fine.
that is
I'll
basically what
probably
you're
watch
at.
that's a big
So,
one.
when I get
fuck it.
home.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't like watching previews generally for things like this, but I am glad that we have weekly TV show back.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Mhm.
nice having
Now-
weeklies.
We have covered television. Let's go back to TikTok for a second here. Because TikTok discovered something I talked about in our ideas chat. This is why I'm like, I reference the ideas chat. I have to.
Yeah.
Luigi Primo.
Wait, what? The what?
Luigi Primo.
The weed Japrino?
Luigi
Luigi.
Primo.
Oh,
Luigi Primo.
Luigi Primo.
He is a underground wrestler
Okay.
who wears a blue unitard
Okay.
and is an Italian guy from Napoli, Italy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like this character. I don't think he's really from there, but he has like shitty Italian mustache, balding top hair, it's all curly Italian
Oh my
crazy.
God.
And he spins pizzas while he fights the entire time.
Oh.
Luigi making the best pizza.
Yeah, I fucking love wrestling, bro. Like that's entertainment.
The last one I watched was this other dude he fought. I can't remember his name, but his whole thing is he's a wrestler with cerebral palsy. So he has a gimp hand basically, and it's like
Okay.
he makes jokes about. Being
Okay.
Okay.
So that's his bit.
That's his.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
yeah,
he
gotcha,
really
okay.
leans into it, but he's
We're
like
laughing with
swole
him,
otherwise.
not at his
Oh, I thought he
They
was just
had-
making fun of disabled people.
They had a
Yeah.
pizza. They had a pizza death match.
Man.
Wrestling
That's-
is crazy,
yeah.
but that is my Italian thing that I was referencing earlier with Gandolfini and all that shit. Man, you guys have to check out Luigi Primo after
Oh,
this.
I mean,
Like,
okay.
honestly, I know
That's
we
the
shit on
sound
wrestling and we say
entertaining.
it suck, but it like this is where you could get me to go to this.
Okay.
I would buy a Luigi Primo shirt and fucking go watch him
That's
fight.
fair. That's
No,
fair,
it's
that's fair.
so funny because
Hey, we were talking about going to see
a whole
the
pizza crust
arm
around. He's like
wrestling.
swinging it around. And
Yeah,
it's like
dude,
what the
arm
fuck?
slap
Or the
fights,
slap fights, yeah.
Dude, those
fights.
are only up in Chicago, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
There's some
They're-
in Chicago. There's some
Yeah.
like near Branson.
I think somebody said
That's
they were in
it.
Oklahoma as well.
That's where like one of the like original.
Yeah, that's the mecca of slap
Yeah,
fights, don't you
dude.
know?
It was
Alex?
like in
we
between
need
like
to go to that.
some area like northern Arkansas,
Silver Dollar
like,
City and
southwestern
then
Missouri.
slap fights at
Right,
night, boys.
yeah, I bet. Oh, I would so go to Silver Dollar City. I bet it'd be fun.
That would
Yeah,
be
dude.
sick.
There's, like, they have a roller coaster or some shit.
They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of rides. I remember it's like a whole amusement park there.
It's just a city that's an amusement.
But you
park.
want to go during the summer because there's a lot of water rides. I think.
Yeah, I imagine. It
Yeah.
seems like it.
Did you guys see that Young Gravy took Addison Rae's mom to the VMAs?
Who is Addison Ray?
Addison Rae's
Yeah,
that super.
honestly,
It's like the second or third
Only
most
kind
famous
of know
TikTok
who she
girl.
is.
Oh, okay.
She's like Charlie D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio. She's like that little circle.
Oh,
The
okay.
super famous TikTok
okay,
girls.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So
yeah, I don't really
Addison
watch the
Rae's-
dancer people.
I don't either, but I think it's badass that Young Gravy made a
I mean,
joke.
yeah, young
Yeah,
gravy
about
taking
Well,
taking
her
a
mom
month
is
ago,
pretty funny.
he made a joke about doing that. He's like, I want to take her to I want to take Addison Rae's mom on a date because she's the ultimate MILF because she's like she's like 42 apparently,
Yeah.
and she's like that girl, super famous TikTok girl's mom who's
Yeah.
just banging hot too, according
Yeah.
to the internet.
Yeah, according
Yeah.
to the grade.
And then he did it, and when he was there, dude, it's not just like her on his arm like as a showpiece. Like they're kissing and shit all over the red carpet in the theater.
I didn't know that.
Gravy fucked her,
I didn't know.
guaranteed.
Oh, I'm
Oh
sure.
my
I
God.
love
Oh
Gravy.
man.
My favorite thing though was seeing okay, so there was like 40
How
or
can
50 year old
you do that
dudes.
to
Hang
your
on. So Gen
kid,
Xers
bro?
are watching the VMAs and
Anything
then
for the
reacting
cloud,
on
but-
Facebook comments to my friend who's also Gen Xer. Shout out to
Yeah.
Juice Man. He sits next to me at work or whatever, and he's telling me like, dude, see these people he showed me in the comments. They're like freaking out. He's like, is this like a joke? Is this like an ironic thing about what a rapper's supposed to be today or whatever? It's like,
Yeah.
no, this is legit just what Young Gravy does. Like
Yeah.
I won't. And then he's like,
Yeah,
I
he's
won't
just a
stand for this Young
memer.
Gravy slander. Like Young
This-
Gravy's great.
This probably like skyrocketed her career a bit too. You know what I mean? Like even more so.
Yeah,
like,
her
she's-
mom's gonna be beating her on TikTok followers soon
Yeah.
after that.
She's already got her own thing.
Yeah.
Sherry Nicole, I think is her whole thing.
Oh,
her tag.
whatever.
I read it in the article I read about it. I was like, that's crazy. Let's also talk about that predatory nature of journalism articles like the Daily Dot or the things that like will write a 5-paragraph thing or 6-paragraph that it's just basically like breaking down TikTok that they'll put in the middle of the fucking article.
Right, they'll do like a couple
I
different
hate
captions,
that shit.
and then like two
That's
or
worse
three
than
blurbs.
Deserto. Deserto's like the pinnacle of esports Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
Awful shit like that. But that's even Daily
Oh, where
Dot
they
that-
have like paragraph, video, paragraph,
yes, it's
and
the
like
same. It's the same concept.
and
And
then, like,
TikTok
they
it's
have
even more annoying.
they have a deceptive
Well,
ad video.
It started with Twitter, right? Because like I feel like they've
Yes.
been doing that with the videos from Twitter, like or
Oh, yeah.
YouTube videos and shit. They still do that with YouTube videos.
But YouTube videos, it makes sense. To
At
me when
least
you
at
link
least they
something
embed.
longer.
Well,
At least
like,
it's
do you mean-
embedded, right?
Do you
Like
mean
you
like
can get
people
ads
who
and
like
stuff.
advertise on Twitter?
Okay, but like hear me out. So on the YouTube,
But no,
video-
like I'm at like when they'll steal people's tweets and
Oh,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
write
yeah,
an
yeah.
article about a reaction to some celebrity
Yeah.
bullshit
And
and,
then
be
they,
like,
like,
and here's what people had to say about it. And
Yes.
they'll just grab a bunch of
Yeah,
people's
yeah,
takes
yeah,
off
yeah,
Twitter,
yeah.
and it's like, what
that
the
is much more polarizing than I think the YouTube video. I think the YouTube video can.
Yeah,
be like
YouTube video
reporting.
is probably
Well,
not
it's
as good of an example.
Imagine they
yeah.
have like a 40-minute YouTube video and they're talking about a 30-second clip of it.
Yeah.
That is actually worth
Yeah.
talking about, I think, because you're putting something in isolation and creating like actual like writing around that, right?
Right, you're driving
You're
traffic away
speculating,
from
right?
YouTube for
right,
some reason.
and that makes sense to me. But like the whole, I agree with you what you're saying about the Twitter thing. I see that all the time. Hate
Yeah.
that too.
It's so annoying because it's like I don't.
Reddit does that too.
they screenshot, but they crop out the 18,000 retweets and like
Right. Yeah, they
60,000
don't even let
likes.
you see how much
Like-
clau you got for it.
Yeah, like,
But then it's also like,
that's-
Oh.
yeah.
it's just like, why do I even care what this random person said about whatever event
Or
you're even
the
talking about?
dude,
you know?
I think the worst
Like,
era of
absolutely.
I don't even
Twitter-
know this person. It's just somebody randomly
The-
snipping tooled out
the-
of Twitter.
the-
What it, like,
The worst era of Twitter though is when the same 12 accounts tweeted the same thing.
right,
and
Dory and whatever. That's the
yeah,
one I can remember.
That's the main perpetrator. I think people still follow that shit too.
Probably. I mean, there was just like, or like, just stupid names for accounts like best relationship memes, and it was just like had a
You
2
know-
billion followers
You know
somehow.
which account I miss a lot? Barry McCockner,
Oh.
the fake sports journalist.
He was
That's
so
funny.
great.
He was one of the progenitors of like the fake check mark.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he like would like take Schefter or whatever beat writer that's like credible and
Yeah.
like take the picture and just tweet
Amazing.
out.
Yeah, he would just tweet out, and he would just be like, "Tom Brady has been arrested and put in jail for
Yeah.
cheating against the."
Yeah.
It's just-
That is funny.
yeah,
he has a
and
couple
he
of
and
those.
he would get like 20,000 retweets, so people would
Damn.
actually get caught.
I miss
or
old Twitter.
just get
New Twitter has good things about it,
tricked.
but
Yeah.
old Twitter was just a way crazier place.
Spaces
sometimes.
were fun for a little bit.
No,
No,
they've always been
Shut the
dumb.
fuck
The
up.
funniest thing I ever heard was when Ludwig went into a One Piece space and then like started like fucking trolling people.
Yeah, that
and they were
shit's
asking him
funny.
like, "Oh, what do you think?" And then he would like say something like very unintuitive and like not just kind of agreeing essentially.
Yeah,
nonchalantly.
agreeable.
Right. And I was like, "That's pretty funny." But other than that, it's just like a bit in a space. It's not the bit's funny, not the space.
Hey everybody, Philippe from the 1 to 10 podcast here. While those other two ding-dongs, Trill and Durs aren't here, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I'm going to need you guys to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can see when new episodes come out every Friday at noon. And check out our Patreon for all that bonus content. We really want to get the holiday greeting card going. It's super cheap anyways, like $3, $4, or $5. Help us help ourselves, I guess. Or don't, and just keep watching the episode. Now back to it.
Yeah, exactly, just different shapes and sizes.
I have actually seen one guy when
It's
I
like
was.
the Go Tanks fusion.
Oh, that's a good story.
Some
When,
skinny, some fat, some were just normal.
Yeah.
no, I literally met a guy who looked exactly like me when I was on vacation in Florida once.
Okay.
It was just
That's
in high
crazy.
school. It was
On-
in choir. I was on a choir trip, and we were at or
Oh.
was it in Florida?
California,
maybe it was California because we were in
California.
Disneyland. Where were
Okay.
we at? I don't know. Anyway, we were at an amusement park, and we were doing our performance or whatever. And afterwards, we were gonna go to this go all the rides and shit and run around and do all that.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking by, like me and my sister are on this trip together, and she's walking behind me, and I walk up in front of the group a little bit, and I realize I'm like in front of people, and I turn around, and she's like walking up to this guy that is not me,
Yeah.
and like trying to talk to him, and he turns around and he looks like literally exactly like me. I'll have to show you guys the picture at some point. Maybe we can pop it
That's-
up on the screen. But she took a picture of
Yeah,
the
if
two
you can
of
find
us,
it now, if you can
and
find it, we can
and
get
he's like
Jamie.
3 or
Yeah.
4 years older than me. But it looks like pretty much exactly like I do now.
Yeah.
That's
oh, Wow,
funny.
that's crazy.
So, Twitter trend that I saw recently that I got to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this one last week? It was the if blank was made in 2007.
No, I've not.
Mm-mm.
Dude, you would have loved this. I think you'll appreciate it, but you'll love this meme.
Yeah.
So it was just different movie scenes or just the different like posters or any kind of thing. But it was just being played with like that instrumental part that leads into the chorus of What I've Done by Linkin Park. That was part of the Transformers trailer.
Oh,
The-
okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So that part that plays underneath
Okay,
it,
I
and then
did
it builds
actually
into,
see that,
the
yeah.
exact way it builds into it. So it was like the scene of like Infinity War where Thanos wins. He stands at the end, and it ends,
Yeah.
and it starts playing What I've Done.
Yeah.
And it's just like everything with What I've done. It was really funny.
That's so
Erase
fucking
myself.
I really enjoyed
It
that.
really would have had like a Linkin Park soundtrack.
Dude,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
2007 was a wild time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did actually see that. Now that jogged my memory.
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
All right, let's talk a little esports, talk some chops, because we had an interesting interaction in the Discord here when I was talking about. I just started throwing random CS takes that I know nothing about.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Because
okay.
I know
Well,
you know way more, and you know definitely more than I do too. Actually,
Well, I don't watch much.
Sure,
but you
sure.
still know more than I do. Fundamentally.
enough.
What was
So the
take?
first one was just like, is Zywoo overrated?
No, what the fuck? You
No,
said it. What the
no,
fuck?
he's
So
is
the
good.
argument of why I asked the question was, I did not agree with why Thorin was saying it. And it's a Thorin tweet, so
Oh,
obviously
no.
it's
well,
that was
it's-
your
Shut up,
Christmas
shut up,
day.
shut up. He's important to the ecosystem.
Oh,
He sucks,
now
but
we're
he's
talking ecosystem.
Bro.
Listen,
Let's get back to the
Summoning
K cups, by
Insight,
the way.
Summoning
Yeah.
Insight, and then also Reflections would not exist without Thorin.
That's fair.
He's a really good interviewer when he wants to be, and if he likes the person.
Yeah, but the way he
Sometimes he's
stays
a fucking
relevant
cunt.
is by
Yeah.
being inflammatory.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
wrong.
he's, yeah. He was
Him-
just, his Twitter
Him
stuff
and,
sucks,
what
right?
was his name?
Yeah.
Robert Thomas or whatever, Mr. Thomas.
Robert Lewis, Richard Lewis.
Richard Lewis, dude.
Deserto. He is Mr. Deserto.
Yeah.
That's why Deserto
Yeah.
sucks so much. Anyways,
Yeah,
Oh, really? He's
Uh,
employed by them. That
yeah.
makes
Let's.
sense.
Hey, Thorin, Richard Lewis.
you both.
You
suck.
guys, you suck. Write an article about us now.
Yeah, yeah,
Give
yeah.
us some fucking
Go
Go ahead.
numbers,
Yeah,
bitch.
give me some free publicity. I'd take
Anyways,
that.
Wait, no. I
Even though
just
as I'm
want.
adamantly saying I like Thorin things sometimes.
I got it.
Hang on. So he
Mm.
brought up the whole like Zaiwu, his whole point was wrong about why is the whole simple versus Zaiwu argument or whatever.
Okay, sure.
But the whole thing was they read was like, well, all of Zaiwu's shit was on fucking like on internet, like over connections, not land.
Bro,
Yeah.
you can't even do it on land.
You can't do it on land. Who fucking cares?
I'm
if
just
you can't
asking
do
the
it on
question.
land,
because
then-
I see this.
Simple couldn't do it online.
Ooh. Simple
I
can't do it
mean,
without-
like-
Simple
Simple
can't do it with
worse
the lag.
on
Yeah,
land.
like,
Zaiwu can't do it without.
It's the same
and-
fucking
Bro,
shit.
yeah, he wouldn't have hit double.
So is
double
Zaiwu not
no
performing as
scope
well? Is
stuff.
Vitality not like being insane
Oh,
recently?
I think when teams go international, you cap at how good you can possibly be. Cause they added 2 Danish players to their
see.
and then they replaced Mitsuda with Sphinx as well. So now they're all speaking English, which I think the Stralis player, I don't know. I think they're all fine. I was speaking English pretty nicely, and they're gonna slowly get better. But I think that was a huge.
So this
learning
was
curve.
also a Thorn tweet. I think you'll like this.
Wait,
one
no, but
even
let me
less.
discredit Thorn real quick. This man tweeted out that Fallen is overrated.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like fucking 4
Watching-
major wins.
Like watching him say
Not
that,
enough
and then
for
like,
him, you
watching
know?
no his apology, like not apology, but like he acknowledged that thereafter and made a video about it.
Yeah.
I watched that because I didn't watch the video or anything related to any like reason why he would say it,
Mhm.
but I watched the back end because I thought it would be funny to see like how he handles it,
Yeah.
Mm.
and it was funny to see how he handled it because he did exactly
Well,
what I
that's
thought
all he
would.
does is he
start
makes
to apologize
controversy
for
and then
30
makes
seconds.
videos on it.
But then he starts to apologize for 30 seconds, and then at 35 seconds in, he does this bait and switch where he starts shitting on you again, and I'm just like, God dang, Thor's done it again, baby.
That's pretty. Yeah, that kind of shit's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, he's had his place. He's very important to the scene at one point, but now it's
I also
just
hate
sad.
I also hate the way like he does the whole like inflammatory like what I'm asking the question. I'm just doing it.
I'm just a journalist.
I'm
I'm
just
just
doing
doing
my
my
job.
job.
Doing
You
my
know, I'm
job.
just this is
I'm
what
just
I'm
asking a
supposed to
question.
do. Yeah.
CSGO. Okay, that's too
Chill.
much. That's too much.
Yeah, you know what? We're keeping your name now. We're
See-
keeping your name in. We're not beating that out. But we're cutting that.
Okay.
Tuesday.
So we can cut things.
I mean, Jamie, how hard do you want to work this week?
Yeah, hey, you, Jamie, go look that up and cut it out.
Yeah, Jamie, get to work, bitch.
We gotta keep up the illusion that there's a. This
Here's the
man
question
up
about one
here.
of Tarm's favorite teams.
Okay.
Should Heroic
No.
acquire device
No.
so that way Cadian can play Rifler?
Who would you kick from the team then?
Whoever's playing Rifler right now.
They're all right.
There's 4 riflers, you know. Everybody's a rifler. You wouldn't kick Yabi. He's good.
I don't know anything about the teammates.
No,
I
no.
literally know Cadian's on there. I know you
No,
like Heroic,
no,
and
no.
I know who Device is.
I mean, Device is sketchy because he hasn't played in like a year, and like he's been signed to NIP.
You just gotta give Cadian time. He'll
like
mold them.
there's nothing physical.
Gun no jutsu.
Like there's nothing physical preventing Device from playing, to my understanding. It's just like
Okay.
he's in a slump, and like what would be the point? Of
Well, and I
buying?
he was having mental health issues, and then
Yeah.
now I'm not really sure what.
I only know
what's
one
going on.
player that I actually like and I care about right now. Munisi.
Want to see, dude?
I
He's
love
done.
Wanna
He's
See.
done it again. He put out a video showing like a bunch of new one-way smokes on Mirage and shit.
I actually
that's
watched
why
5
we were
minutes of
getting
that.
gumped on Mirage the other day.
There's a one-way Molotov CTs can throw in that window.
Did you guys see the video that's going around Twitter where if you're on like Mirage A, you can throw like 2 smokes and a molly and get like everything like from like one
Oh
spot?
yeah, dude. Like I've told.
I
this-
don't know how to do these things, so I'm impressed every time I see them.
I've told Andy, and like like Mirage is probably the easiest fucking map to like execute on A. You know what I mean? Like you're completely safe from like you just need 2 people to watch the CT push.
Yeah.
And then you just have an entire wall.
Yeah,
letting
basically,
you
if
line
you can
up.
smoke everything on A, then you just walk out, and they should be blind
True.
or mollied or like be running out
I'm
of
talking.
cover.
I'm talking. It was impressive to see a guy with 2 smokes and 1 molly set up everything from this one spot where
Yeah.
he just turned his camera a little and adjusted it. And then
Oh
threw
yeah,
them,
that's like a
and then
thing
all
too.
3 things were set
Yeah.
perfectly. And I was like, damn.
I mean, now that
People
like
be cracked,
now
like-
that you can drop grenades, you're gonna start seeing like more players just pushed into
Do you
like
think
that
there's a push
support.
to actually learn like things like this and be
Yeah,
better now that
absolutely,
they've
yeah.
reset rank too?
Oh, 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that the game is like healthier again.
I-
because of
like,
that.
At least
I-
in NA, there's a lot more population recently.
Before
I consider playing
before
again.
the rank reset, I feel like I was pretty cracked, and now I'm pretty humbled. You know what I
Where
mean?
are you at now?
I'm Gold Nova 3. I
Yours?
fell from Master.
I'm Gold Nova 4,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Right on. I am unranked.
and I've
Yeah.
been Gold Nova 4 for Many moons.
Even though we win some fucking bangers.
Staying
Yeah,
on
we-
esports real quick, we'll get out of it fast. So we
Oh
can
wait,
move
I
on.
do want to bring up
Go
one
for
thing. Astralis, ranked number 4 in the world, not gonna make the major, I don't think.
Oh my God, they're not.
They
they're
lost.
Not gonna
They've
qualify.
lost 3 of 4 open
When's the last
online qualifiers to 0 team. Like these teams are none of them are ranked in like the top 50.
And when's the
Saw is
last
ranked
one?
Maybe top 50.
Crazy.
Oh, it's like in a couple days after Blast, I think, at some point soon.
Hmm.
I don't even like. I think I've lost count because I didn't watch the first 2 because I'm like
So they have to win the tournament to qualify.
they have to win the qualifier. It's like
yeah. Is it
know,
usually Gump teams though?
it's,
Like,
yeah, it's online qualifier, dude. These are literally Smooya just got 4 of his homies and qualified for the major.
oh
Badass.
my God.
They just put together. They're like, "This is our team,"
Alright.
and he streams all their matches too.
That's
What a
fun.
homie.
Yeah. See, that reminds me back when like Mo and
Yeah,
when all the like I Buy Power guys got banned.
Yeah.
I was watching all of those guys stream, and that was when I was playing CS:GO because they would stream their like invite message or matches, like I think it was called like S Series or something on ESCA.
yeah.
Like they would be playing with their team that was like Mo. He plays Valorant now for 100 Thieves. What's his name?
Pico.
Or no, he played with Hiko. What was his name?
I don't fucking know.
Oh God. Anyway, but he was part of the I Buy Power squad and he got banned. And they would all play as a 5-man, and like Summit was in that group occasionally, so like you'd see him pop
The
in and
good old
play.
days.
Yeah.
So
good old
it was
days.
just
the
cool to watch all
cracked
those guys.
aimers.
Yeah, when Summit 1G played CS:GO, that was when it was fun.
Oh, for sure. All right, the world of League this week has been fucking crazy,
It's
actually.
been pretty interesting.
So I was watching Top
lost.
Esports versus JDG, right, which was an insane series,
Yeah.
actually.
that was a good one.
Uh,
That legitimately, it sucks that
It was a 3-2.
yeah.
Kind of crazy that Top actually managed to pull it off, but I'm happy for them because it's the first time they've ever actually done this in their franchise history, where they've been like in a crucial point in a BO5 and like been down
Yeah.
and had to turn it back and win it, and they did.
Yeah.
So that's really good to see them actually growing as a team. So
Yeah.
they could be a world contender this year. But JDG did pull it out. But in the same day, literally the same day, Jackie Love, 80 carry for Top, who won on Invictus Gaming in 2018,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Worlds, that is, one world.
Yeah.
So he did the all-time record damage in a single team fight with Zeri with 22k.
That's
Holy
fucking
shit.
nuts.
89k
For-
damage in the match, but 22k damage
For-
in that one fight.
Imagine how much like
Did you get a
how,
pendant?
yeah, like
I don't know if he got a penta. I think he got a quad.
I have to imagine a lot of that damage is just like overkill. Like I don't know how long was a team fight. Like people had to have been healing.
Ocean
like,
Right,
Soul plus
yeah.
tanky people in a mage.
Right,
healing
like
people.
you got to think if it's like game, the tank's gonna have like
Oh
5k
my
HP,
God. Game
state
so
matters
that's
a
part of
lot.
it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying that
Probably got like Bork
dude,
plus other
that,
shit.
that team fight had to have taken like 3 minutes, 4
Yep.
minutes. You know, like
LEC's boring as fuck, except for the fact that when LS was streaming it, doing his co-stream, it auto flagged him on a Twitch bot that he was like streaming shit, like unstreamable content, and so he got banned live, and they got undmca'd live in like 30 minutes.
yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
LCS
Cloud9 beat EG.
3-1
Yeah.
against EG, so reigning champions defeated by Cloud9 after the Jensen thing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's bad.
Jensen,
Yeah,
they qualified for Worlds
Yeah, I
because
know.
of their seeding. So
I understand.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Well, it
they
makes
qualified to take 4th in their group. you mean?
hang on. Cool little thing. Jensen is now the first player, the highest numbered player to go to Worlds ever, like of times and appearances.
Oh, overall, that's
Yeah,
pretty. That's
Sneaky
okay.
was Sneaky was number 7 or 7 times as number 1 prior, and now he is number 8. Or eight appearances total.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is also that he's never not gone to Worlds since his appearance as a pro.
Wow, he's seen the quarterfinals.
That's
a
So
lot.
actually-
for him
that's pretty
to
impressive.
not play in spring and not be on a team at all,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then come back on C9 and then guarantee he is going to Worlds at some level.
Well,
That's kind of hype.
how many of those years did NA have 4 spots? Like
Never.
never. Okay, never. Okay.
They've literally never had 3.
Only ever had 3.
Yep.
That's good.
So that's kind of whatever. But more interestingly was LCK. Finals.
I have
happened.
nothing. I don't know. I never watched.
Gen G versus T1 finals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Gen G had Doran, which was the sub top laner back on Griffin back in the day. Okay,
Yeah.
Peanut. So he was jungler on SKT back in 2016. He was on Rocks Tigers. Went away for a while, came back. And then you have Chovy, also mid laner for Griffin back in the day. Superstar, has never won a final though. Been
Yeah.
finals 6 times in a row prior to this.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 5 times. This is his 6th.
Chovy.
Yes, and then Ruler, who won on Samsung won Worlds in 2017. And then Lehens, who was the support for Griffin. Okay? So 3 Griffin players, Peanut, and Ruler.
Lehens.
They 3-0 SKT.
That's
French.
LCK is boring as
Church of-
fuck.
No, this was actually hella hype. Chovy finally won his.
Oh, he finally won a title.
Yeah, he won 3-0 against Faker, too.
That's hey.
So he proved he's finally like the dude.
Yeah,
the Church of Chovy is not fake anymore.
Yeah.
He did quite well. Dusted fucking Faker to owner's ankles as a 0 with an ult in one game. Pretty good play to watch. Honestly, hyped to see them do well. Don't think they'll win Worlds.
Yeah.
Don't think they can do it. But then they tweeted at Cloud9.
Oh yeah.
And they had that tweet with the plane about like
Yes.
America's last hope, and
I
it's like about sending them home to North America already.
Yeah.
Like before, they both qualified to Worlds, and then just like let's send them home.
Yeah, dude. They were chirping
Yeah.
back at each other, and I gotta say, Cloud9 shit on them in the Twitter beef.
Oh, Portillo is a fucking god.
Yeah.
That guy runs a great social media account.
That is true.
Respect to him indeed. Yeah. So esports is tight as
It's
always.
alright. I feel like Worlds is gonna be boring.
Nah. Korea has 4 seeds this year. So does China. Niski got LEC MVP after he wasn't on a team in spring.
That's cool.
I'm just talking about. I'm trying to hype up Western players
Yeah,
now.
is he on
Mad Lions.
Mad Lions? Yeah.
Now they're sad Lions because they lost.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the lower bracket. They'll be fine.
So wait, Cloud9 the champions of summer or something?
No. They're
Oh.
just advanced far enough in the bracket with points from last split too that they
Like,
are guaranteed.
who's left in the playoff run?
For NA?
Yes.
100 Thief.
Is TSM still in it?
Oh, do we
TSM.
want to?
That's fucking.
Did
tight.
you guys see the Nate Shot drama at all that's happened with like the
I
last couple
started
days? I don't
watching
really
the
understand
video.
what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some people
No.
who got let go from 100 Thieves, and now people are upset about it, and they're siding against Nate Shot. So he made a video today. I started watching the first 5 minutes, and I was like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped watching the video.
Right. I think the
That's-
reason we don't know who they are is because they just sat there and smoked weed in California, didn't stream or anything.
Yeah.
like
okay.
like
I
yeah,
know.
apparently they got signed to like they got a house out in California. Like you flew them all out there.
Oh, were these people like meant to be streamers?
Yeah,
and
like
content
yeah, they were like
creators?
content creators for 100 Thieves, and then basically he's like, hey guys, you're not making enough content. Like you expect like you put out videos yada 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 every so often. And they didn't really start
'cause
releasing, so he let him go.
Did he pay him up front or something? Like,
I think he was paying. I think he initially paid
Probably,
them to
like,
move out
monthly?
there,
Okay.
and then when they stopped making things, maybe I don't know. But either way,
Whatever.
the other guy's complaint was about how much he was
I'll
getting
dig
paid,
into it more,
and they were
honestly.
like, we were sleeping in bunk beds, like we were having to eat rice, and it's like, well, all right then, why didn't you guys like stream? That's your
yeah,
job.
Wait. Like, I mean,
And so
were they not getting paid at all? Like, could they not go and buy food? Like,
No, they were getting paid
a lot.
just fine. Like
I think they're
just.
getting paid. Quite a bit.
It's been revealed. It was some. I forget what the figure was, but it was
I
fine.
will
mean,
watch
they
the
were getting a
Nate Shot
house to
video,
live in out in
and
LA
I will,
or wherever
I
they
will
are.
acquire the info, and we'll report back on the next episode.
Right? Yeah, we should get more details because it was a pretty
There's
spicy
literally
story.
a 45-minute.
But it seemed like
video from
Nate
Nate
Shot
Shot's
was
point of view.
in the right. Like it seemed like he was
Oh,
just
yeah, dude,
trying to
Nate-
help them
I mean,
out
he
and like
likely
give them a
is.
place to
Yeah.
stream, and they just didn't
Listen,
do anything.
You think the 3 guys who got dropped from the org are the multi-million-dollar org owner?
Yeah, I was
right, and
gonna
there's
say,
all these
like,
other streamers that do their job
The
just
guy who
fine
also
and have no
yeah,
issues.
like Nate Shot's also like that dude. He was like the competitor, the streamer guy
Yeah.
to build a brand.
right,
He knows how to
he's
do
been
this.
doing this YouTube thing for a while,
you
like
can't
all
come
of it.
correct
You-
to him and be
you
like, nah,
know-
you're wrong.
You
Nate.
know, he
we had to eat.
he
We had
is
to eat
on-
Right,
bunk
like
beds
yeah,
and
like
sleep in
he's like
rice.
Yeah.
I made videos out of my parents' house, Like,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, if you want to do it, it's just a little bit of know-how and a little bit of effort.
a lot of effort. You
You
gotta
think
be,
so?
I think you got to be grinding pretty often to get that.
right.
like,
I mean,
Do you think we be grinding?
I think you're grinding pretty hard.
Nah.
I mean, like,
if we
I
up,
meant
it'd be
us.
the big,
I
it'd be
mean,
the big thing if we up production quality.
so,
right?
like,
That's the
we
biggest thing.
gotta,
That
like,
sucks
Yeah,
time.
new camera.
like
No, like more editing, really.
Oh, absolutely. And then
Like,
more
Like
effort into
the
other
editing is really
avenues.
where it sucks up a lot of time because you got
Yeah.
to sit there and go through
Yeah.
everything individually and
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
cut
I
it
mean,
all together,
If
etc.
we're, if we're
and usually
dropping the
people
guys at
ship
Jamie
that
and
out.
being honest, then yes, like editing is the hardest part of the process.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have, and that's why also like I was telling this Parm actually before we never got this idea before you got here.
Oh yeah.
So I got the Yard Patreon 2 weekends ago because I was just like, I want to watch Bonus episode. It sounds interesting in this one.
Yeah.
So I was gonna watch it, and then I did, and then I kept watching them, and then one of the older episodes revealed that we actually follow a very similar method, which is they have never cut more than 5 to like 8 minutes of their total recorded footage,
okay.
which
yeah.
is kind of similar to what we've done. We've cut more than that before. We've cut probably about 22
Well,
on a longer period.
And that's because they're all smart YouTubers, so they understand that they're not like trying to make a massive
No.
editing haul
Two
for
of
their
them are.
editors.
Yeah.
No.
Well, two of them aren't, but like everybody involved that comes on
Yes.
there and everything, like they're well aware of what this is, so they don't want to put a huge burden on somebody's time. Like they're already have huge teams of editors that work on their stuff, so they're not about to be like, all right, and also now you have to edit hours and hours of podcast
which is also
footage.
exactly what you're saying of the whole. They have teams of people.
That's what I'm saying, and so that's
secret
what I
reveal,
mean, like
there's
that.
the talent, and then there is also I'm the behind the closed door
Right,
shit,
yeah.
The
And
other
that's it.
talent as
That's
well.
literally it.
And so that would be the only thing I would really upgrade.
admittedly,
honestly.
I have zero. I have I should say zero. I had like Windows Movie Maker experience as a kid,
Yeah.
but like I really have. I had zero experience editing anything properly, other than maybe a little bit of audio prior to doing the pod.
That's
Like I had to teach
Yeah.
myself how to do all this.
Well, hey, and I'm glad we got you to work on it. 'Cause
Trust
I have
me,
no idea what I'm doing
I want
either.
the 1 to 10 pod TikTok to exist and take off. I don't know how to edit for a TikTok for shit.
Yeah, no, I get that, bro.
That's the
it's,
truth.
We're all too old. We're hey.
it's actually
We need to
impressive.
hire a
Sometime-
13-year-old
yeah,
child
right,
labor force.
right.
It's kind of impressive what
pay them in
13-year-olds can
Twizzlers.
accomplish on their phone with just.
Well, when you
recording and
have
everything.
limited free time and you don't have to work
Oh,
for
should
a
I tell
living,
you
guys?
guys?
Did I tell you guys about that? When I went on
Every kid
vacation,
should be
when
an
I-
LCS pro.
right?
True.
Yeah. Why aren't they grinding on leagues?
Yeah.
So when I was on vacation in Kentucky that we referenced a couple episodes ago,
Yeah.
my cousins were all down there, so I figured I would pitch the idea of them. I'm like, guys, I have this YouTube channel, I have all this footage, how I make into TikTok. And my one cousin who's like real hip on it, she's 12. She just like looks at me and she goes, I mean, did you like open your phone?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that was like so mean.
Yeah.
True though, I didn't even really try it. So I
Yeah.
probably should just like download TikTok.
I'm not really
and, like,
sure how the
do it.
recording process or how the importing process
I
works
think
for
what I'm
video
stu-
into TikTok.
From what I've
or
seen,
what.
it's like scaling the resolution to being a certain resolution that matches phones.
Well, and I think there's also programs that you could probably use specifically for
There
editing
are.
TikTok videos
There
that
are.
probably go on top
There are
of the
ones that are
editing.
made to take footage from a thing, and you can easily interact.
Right,
with it and,
because
like,
a
make
lot of
the
times
TikTok
people
too.
will record like a long video of them trying something or doing a dance a bunch of different times, and then they'll run back and they'll do it.
I did add a
They'll
panel
find the one that they
for the
like the
pod
most.
on my stream, so now people can click a button and it will take them straight to our YouTube channel on my stream too.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. Yeah,
And maybe that's where all the traffic's coming from. I don't know.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of increase. Increase
Yeah,
of the
so-
uptake.
Yeah.
Increase.
Please watch the ads on these videos so we can send Alec back to
I
English
don't know.
class.
Do we have ads on the videos?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think we have. enough.
No, it'll put free ads on there anyway. They'll randomly be served ads on there anyway.
Ooh, unless
But
you have
we just
YouTube
don't get anything from it.
Premium.
Yeah, unless you buy YouTube.
Yeah, we got
Premium.
it. I mean, I do have premium. I like that shit. I'll admit
That's
it.
fair.
That's
no,
like
I mean, like
it's the expense that you definitely consider when you're younger. Like, it's too much. $12, $13 a month, too much. And then you're here. You're like, damn, I hate ads.
I would have done it. I would have done it for YouTube TV, but then YouTube TV kind of fell apart with the whole
True.
sports contracts and everything, and so now it's not really valuable. So
Remember when YouTube Red had Cobra Kai?
that's
That was where it started.
That's not even enough to carry you though.
I know.
No,
but
you
guess
need
what?
way more than that.
Next week, season 4.
I'm gonna be so
5,
behind on
whatever
all the things.
season
Yeah, I
it is.
haven't watched
I honestly, my hype on that is so low, even though I've watched every season up to that.
I warn you now, when it comes out next week, I will be watching
We-
all
we-
of it,
we
and
are-
I'll be like,
It's over for
Boys.
you, LaRussos.
We're gonna be transitioning back to a Cobra Kai pod.
well, we also have what is it, like 2
The Dark
days?
Times.
Oh,
We have 2 days until Lord of the Rings comes out.
Oh,
3
shit.
days.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Double episode like premiere.
True.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. I
Yeah,
forgot
It's 2
about that.
episodes. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's spurky.
It gets online at 6 p.m.
I wonder if I can do a watch party for that for my stream, since it's an Amazon show. It's like one of the only things you can do watch parties with.
Oh,
Well, Twitch is Amazon owned.
can you
Yes.
watch the whole
There's
show?
a thing you can do. There's a thing you can do called a watch party, where like it literally is a setting on Twitch.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yes.
If you all have Amazon, if we all have the
You link
login,
your
we can all.
Prime. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
you
So
link
like
your
I
Prime
can
and
stream
I
it,
put
and
a
we
link,
can
and
all
then we all
you
jump
can all
into
hop
it.
in onto the
Yes.
same stream and watch it at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd be down for that.
I don't know how that works on that side of Twitch though. I have never
Oh.
done it before, honestly, so I really don't know how it all interacts, and I have to like learn that thing by
Right,
Friday
you
or
just have
whatever.
to get it. There's probably some sort of plugin or something, but yeah, you good luck with that. But
Yeah,
we're-
right.
Yeah, no, actually, I've tried a few plugins before on the Twitch side of things, and they're actually kind of hard. It's like one of the harder
I'm
things
sure
to
they
land.
get fairly complicated.
Just set up your phone, do some Facebook Live, and upload
and
the VOD.
blow your brains out.
Yeah.
Because it's Facebook.
True.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Into that dungeon of thought.
Ugh, dude. Honestly, it's not as bad as probably make it out to be. Kind of almost how like I feel about Valorant. I
Yeah.
was watching a buddy's stream recently.
No,
of
both
it, and I
worse.
was like, I mean, it's worse, yeah, but it's probably not as bad as we make it out.
No,
to be.
I mean, we went back
It's
and tried to play
aight.
some Valorant for fun. But I mean, the problem really is still the abilities. It's just there's too much going on. I still have the same feelings about it that I did before. It's just too much going
I
on.
wouldn't mind the
It's
abilities.
fun to mess around every now and then.
I wouldn't mind the abilities if if you could just if everyone had access to smokes and flashes to a certain degree,
I think it would,
and
make it
like
more fun.
everyone else had like a different movement or stun ability, like maybe 1 to 2 keys for that, then I feel like you really have something.
Right, I feel like the maps need to be slightly. It's almost weird, right? Because like the more abilities you have, the more the maps need to become larger because it's just like you just hit the whole map with things.
Yeah.
And that's already kind of how it is.
CS feels like you're on ice skates, and it's like a very smaller, condensed kind of feeling at times.
But
But,
you always
like,
feel smooth.
Yo,
and
yeah,
that's the
that's
difference,
that's the best part. Whereas Valorant, it's like fucking big and clunky, and
you're just slow. You're so slow in that
True.
game.
you're slow, but the
Jet with her
ca-
3
yeah,
dashes
can
is
just
not doing
go
just fine.
dart across your screen and kill you.
Yeah.
Boys,
Knife to the head.
I have something I have to share with you.
Fuck Nintendo.
I mean, as always, the pre-order is bad, but we talked about too much games, too much video
Yeah,
games as
yeah,
a
fair,
sport.
fair,
Let's
fair.
dial it back. Let's talk about some music real quick.
Okay.
I discovered the next top hit of the rap world.
Okay, let me hear it.
His name is Tricky Mac.
Tricky. Is this like a meme?
No,
Oh, okay.
he's an Australian rapper.
Oh, okay.
He's got fucked up teeth and wears fucking the big old glasses,
Now, do you, like
and he has a mullet.
when you say like he's gonna be the next big thing, is
Bro,
he gonna be like the next
let me-
Island Boys?
No,
Yeah.
no.
I'm an island boy.
Let me play some fucking Tricky Mac for us on the way out here, boys.
Yes,
Oh,
dude,
God,
I love
yeah.
this.
Conviction hasn't been the same since his admission. And if we switch positions, Tricky fucking Mac wouldn't let these pricks win. Now I'm drifting down the eastern without EP. on
Australian
repeat.
rap,
I've got my
boys.
speedies on at nighttime, man. I'm looking
I think
so
if he
discreet
can
for the
blow
time
this
to
up on
handle.
TikTok, then yeah,
Bro.
you're right.
Yeah, there
He
you
sings
go.
about
That
ketamine
sound-
and just being Australian all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
no, like that's
This
not-
guy's crazy. You know what? That's another episode of the 110 podcast. Goodbye, boys. See you later.
Goodbye,
Adios.
everyone.